Hello, we are back for some more OP14. Gonna be doing a little bit of Ace today. Probably should update the title. May also pull up with some more Moria, but it will be a little shorter than average. Let's check the leaderboard search, see where we're sitting at. 28th on the ladder. I'm gonna go ahead and queue right in, and then doing a small change up on the list. I want to put another Cavendish, cut a 2K. Going a little low on 2Ks could be dangerous, but I do want to maximize my Cavendish potential. Find a game pretty quickly. And once we really get going with the ace. Alright, blue purple's a little bit scary, but what I really want to do is fight Boas. Do want to try to figure that matchup out if I can. Now here we go with blue purple. I have double searcher and an event. Red rock's also okay. He starts with the Otama, pitching a Sanji. Now Sanji's actually pretty good for him in this match. Izo immediately whiffs for me. Unfortunately, that means I kind of want to do a second one. I do find one target. That's one problem with this list. The Izo searchers are a little bit inconsistent to where they could be. What would I like to pitch here? Because if he goes Zoro, I want to bounce it. Which means I need my event as well. So would I just get rid of Red Rock? Getting rid of Red Rock feels pretty risk. But I think it's a maybe. I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of the Uda. If I get rid of the Uda, yep, he does go Zoro. So we start 6. He takes. And if we just deny him ramp, I feel like that's pretty powerful. As much as I wanted to jam the Marco, this is just like too tempting. Such a sexy play. And he goes and redoes it, as if I'm not about to draw Jozu for turn. A Jozu draw would be monumental. Now if he goes 8, I'm sadly gonna have to take it, aren't I? Could go Pudding at him, as his hand's on the larger side. I kind of doubt he's gonna go 8 though. Could be wrong. He does not go 8. I'm gonna cycle one of these Izos. Alright, don't need 2 of you, but I mean, there's worse things to have. Now, I could just pitch a Marco, leader ability Red Rock, and play for an aggressive style. Want to try that? Little unsure on, like, you know, if I really want to get rid of Red Rock, but it's what we're doing today, or I guess this game. Oh, when I draw Jozu, nothing mattered. Was always locked in. That's why we activate Izo. Not for the draw itself, but the next card. If I swing 6, he has potential to Bagua. But if he Baguas, he's still only on 6 Dawn. If he gives me a 4K event for my 6K swing, I'm not too upset. He does not have the Bagua, or rather he doesn't use it. That Zoro will not be getting him any Dawn this game. And now he is only going to 7 Dawn. Alright, he does have a Gear 2 to ramp to 8. I would love to find a new gate, but I understand that that might be a little hard. I am taking this. Now, I'm thinking I'm just going to go, like, Pudding is a very fair option on my end. I could go pudding. I could go something along the lines of 688 Marco. I kind of like that 688 thing now that I'm saying it out loud. Ooh, and he takes an 8. The first one at least. I'll go for a second 8. If he takes this one as well, I can pudding. Alright, he does have Bagua. And now let's see what his answer is to this board state, as I think this is a pretty good board state. What's up, Tech? Good morning. Sorry I missed that. Was tabbed out of OBS. I was just watching the Japan finals that just happened. If you saw it, it was a pretty crazy game. He does Mihawk. Alright, now this I am just gonna give you the Atmos. There's a new gate. Just in time. And like, I'm not too behind in board, so I can potentially even take the life with this. Maybe do something along the lines of event 8-8. Just go 888 without taking a life. Could be nice. I feel like I don't need a second Newgate. I feel like a second Newgate is unlikely to get me a ton of value. He does Giant. A little bit of an early Giant. He takes and we'll have to counter out of this one, which I'm sure is not the biggest ask. Maybe I should have gone 8 with leader first, and then if he took that, opted to Ezo. He does find Red Rock for my Newgate. Voice crack. Ignore my embarrassing crack there. He does go for that. Will he try to target my Jozu? Maybe like 7 here, 9 here. Oh, just 6. I think I'm going to leader ability this. Pitching probably the Garp. Now will he try to go for the Atmos because it's guaranteed? No, he's going to go for the Jozu, which I think is correct. I kind of want to just pudding and jam, you know, what is that? 11, 12? Could do 6-11 after pudding. The thing is, pudding is not really too amazing. What did he grab with leader ability on his previous turn? Grab the 2K Sanji, which he has not used yet. Yeah, I mean, putting 12 seems pretty good. Could be 6-11. It could be 6-11. But I think the Atmos swing is best saved for next turn. The only reason 6-11 could be better is Gear 2 Giant, which he does not have either way, and that will be game. That was a very nice way to play that matchup, just deny the Zorojuro. Although I will not always have Atmos. Yeah, and just on a quick look here, I'm a bit low on 2Ks for this list. Oh, I also kind of want to up a Red Rock, don't I? Like, what do I even cut to up Red Rock, though? I haven't played enough of the round table to know if I really love it or hate it. I want to get more red round table going. He is going second. Not a bad hand. Now do I grab the Atmos as it could do the same I think it did last game? Or do I just want the Joes who has a better body? I feel as though anything that Jozu could bounce, Atmos also could. Let's take him. But all my cards that like are good at least are 4 costs, which is a little awkward. Start with a 9 jam. Nothing else to really do there. A little worried he was about to trigger a Bagua for a second. Or something similar. Now I do want to counter out of this. I'll just give him a 2k, as my cards here are pretty nice. I don't mind searching with Garp, but my hand is not in a bad spot, so I think I want to just like 2k check him. Which surely he'll give me a 2k. And then I can play the Marco. If he doesn't give me a 2k, he's getting putting into oblivion. He's going to 7. Let's see if he has a... He does not play a ramp card, but he's playing Nami, potentially bluffing a Bagua. No Bagua bluff. Interesting. I would have just not swung. And I will take this first 8. Now, here's a spot where I wish I had Jozu. I don't want to start 8 here with leader. And if he takes, I may pudding. Alright, he is not taking. He is aware of what I want to do. I will be swinging with Marco, though. He just gives me the block. Interesting. I do find an event off this. Although the event is a little less good than it could be in this matchup. Especially if he plays a big threat next turn. But I have 2 Marcos down, so I will be getting some good swings onto him. Give you the Garp. And he does just Sanji Mihawk as he did stack it with the Nami. See, like, this is exactly why the Whitebeard here is not that good. But there's a chance I can pressure him with it, if nothing else. So I will go ahead and just jam it. Get rid of my Ninebeard. Start 8. And you take that one, so I suppose I want to up it to 9. Give me all your 2Ks. And you take both, which means that if you red rock, you'll not be able to develop a blocker, and I go for another pudding line. You find Usohachi. Starting 9 at me. Well, I'm just going to block this. Just before you... Yep, and there's the red rock. Late red rock. He lost value for no reason. Is this a pudding bait? Are you going to pudding me? Well, I'm not going to stick around and find out. I'll draw 3. Then go for my pudding swing. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to pudding in, try to win. You find a gear 2. And do you find any... Alright, you find just enough counter to live. But you still need to hang on another turn or win this turn. Sadly, my Marco and draw for turn gave me a lot of bricks. He does just grab another Usohachi off that. Importantly, he needs to find a blocker, however. Starting 10 at me. I mean, if I counter out of one swing, I just can't lose here. So I will go ahead and do that. Take the 9. Find a Roger in case he tries to block her up. What is he doing with 4 Dawn? Okay, so I suppose brain dead it may be. I'm just gonna swing 16. Hope you don't have like multiple giants chained. Alright. And he was short 1k counter. Extremely close. For OP14, am I sticking with red blue ace? Oh, I am gonna start with ace as I already have the deck made in paper at the very least. I have a case tournament with the first week of 14 that I will be playing in, and I'm imagining I'm just gonna play ace. The main thing that like turns me against it is like Boa is very scary, and I have not quite figured out Boa. If I'm lucky, I can hope that not a lot of people have it made. The main thing I would want to consider is like lightly another red rock, but I am interested in seeing how this like extra Cavendish feels, being on a high amount of these vanillas. Now this matchup is another one that I don't quite have figured out, that I feel like could be scary. Start by pitching red rock. I mean, he does play some scary cards like the 8-drop Kid and Bonnie. Are you not a fan of Grab Blade? Not really. Like, I think it's almost only good against Boa, and even then it's like, I feel like I can only really afford to play 1 or 2 copies. Oh, I almost want to starve Luffy, but I feel like Ace is a worse deck at starving than my what's it called? UP is. I'm gonna try not starving and see if I get punished. Immediately triggers Jinbei. I mean, it could have been worse. Could have been Kiku. Suppose next turn I'll be playing Marco. I can either grab the Jozu. Oh no, I'm gonna be playing Yamato next turn more than likely. Either grab the Jozu or this event. I'm leaning on the event. But yes, Grab Blade is nice if I can like get it down, make it work, everyone happy. But I just don't know how realistic that always is going to be. I'll give you the Marco. I can find another card for Curve. You're on the Thriller Bark package. Now, I'm going to greed here and continue swinging. He did not trigger that time. As I have an extra Yamato, I'll just give you a 1k. Now he's just going to start 6 in me. Probably want to keep my Newgate combo. Start with an Izo here. I do find Jozu. Love that. Do that over the Yamato. 6 into the Absalom. See if you want to give me 2/2Ks to save it. You do not. I don't think I want to rest my board, really. I'll just pick up the Otama, bounce your Kiku back to hand. He's on 8. Let's see if he has a 8-drop Kid. Suppose that would be the scariest thing, which you do not represent. Just give the 1k. Maybe you swing with Jinbei. Maybe you play Stussy. I'm staying healthy, which is good. Now, Luffy's hand's pretty big, but my board is becoming quite large. It's gonna be hard for Luffy to answer this consistently. Especially if I start getting my new gates all together. I'm gonna go ahead and swing with Garp this turn. Just to get another swing out. I'm gonna start not respecting his triggers. He does go through the bark trigger. Suppose I can go at the Absalom. Since I'm sure next turn he's gonna play Bonnie or something similar. And while it's unfortunate that he's hitting these triggers, like, you know, I have to expect it and I am okay with it. Although his hand size I'm less okay with. Starts by going at my Garp. I mean, that's obviously fine. Less fine to target my Yamato. Now, I don't actually have a good play next turn, so perhaps I pop Izo, but then my Jozu draw could be worse. I only have one Jozu that I haven't searched yet, so I guess I can cycle. Not bad. Let's see if he does not have 9 Dawn open, so he cannot Bonnie. Moria is not as scary. The next turn I can just double block her up. Oh, there's the 4th Jozu. I guess I got punished. That's fine. If I really wanted to, I could go Uda, Jozu bounce the Uda, and get rid of the Kuma. Which I don't have a lot of alternative plays. I'm just gonna ignore the hog back forever. Perhaps I just start swinging at him and hope things don't get too out of hand, because I can probably get him in, like, not next turn, but, you know, I can put some good pressure in. He does go ahead and start countering. Starts respecting the fact that I have a clock on him. Maybe just go 8-8 split on this Yamato leader. And his board is starting to get pretty full now. His triggers are filling his board completely up. He finds Jinbei 2k. But now, my hand's small, but my life is strong. Am I foolish to give a 1k here? Probably. I'm just gonna let this go. Now this swing, I do have to respect a little more. Give you the 1k. Maybe try the Soka King as tech. I don't think Soka King is as important this set. Are you referring to a specific matchup such as Boa? Because, like, I don't know if it's particularly helpful in a Boa. Like, yes, it can bounce the sisters, but I think Jozu does the job sufficiently. Truthfully, if I'm playing Ace, like, well, I do think that the Grab Blade would be the tech. However, I don't think it's, like, realistic to tech for Boa in such an aggressive manner. You have 9 Dawn open, which leads me to believe Bonnie. But I'm just gonna give you the Marco block, draw my 2. I'm kind of happy if you Bonnie here, because that means you have 3 bodies that are doing nothing. depending on how he starts swinging. Okay, he is going life. I will give the Red Rock. Maybe he tries going for the Jozu. Eight cost good. Moria again. I'm just gonna try pushing more. Like, no reason to stop pushing, right? I can. Oh, he concedes. Alright. He saw the writing on the wall, I suppose. Holy bricks in life. Perhaps I'm slightly underestimating Ace's potential to starve. Mihawk, do we obviously want to go second? Oh, just minimize the window on accident. Alright, this is a pretty good second hand. I can go Searcher into Cavendish Jozu event if I find the new gate. Could also go Marco, should I have the desire. Find a second event, almost with the Izo, but I did not. That is what counts. Will just take an 8. Jam 6, play my Cavendish. Cavendish over Marco on this early turn. Marco's actually not too great in the matchup. Like, he's a 4-6 vanilla and all, but Shanks will constantly rest him. So he can just kind of ignore him. Goes ahead and stuns these two with a leader. Now I do have to protect this swing. Alright. I could bounce the Perona if I wish. And I believe I do wish. It's either bounce the Perona or double search for Newgate. I think that like double search for Newgate's kind of a bit stronger. I was drawing him anyways. Choices do not matter in this game. Now I can just 7 and play the Marco. Could go with the Perona. I'm just going with life. He is going to Shanks. Probably the rest of the Cavendish. Marco, interesting. Just going to keep pushing life. I mean, I could try going heavy at the Shanks. Seven is not too fearful. Red Rock is a nice play here. Although I don't think it's quite as nice as just developing the Newgate. No life taking. Don't need Ninebeard. Now, I could just swing heavily at life here. No reason to leave the Marco standing, as Shanks just rests it for free. It almost feels wrong to like try racing. I could swing at the Perona. No reason to give him 2k value though. Roger is not bad, but then again, it's just a little hard to get value out of. I feel like just multiple Newgates is all you really need for value. I'll pitch him. Perhaps second, like the Roger's better than second Newgate, as the second Newgate could be Law Bepoed. That is the main concern, but what could you trigger out of Mihawk? KO rested 4 effect, like Karmic Exposure. I have seen them on Karmic Exposure a bit more recently, and yes, it is. I do get to draw a card off leader, fortunately. Although the trigger is Quite unlucky, nonetheless. For me. And now I do get to take the pretty free block. He does second Shanks instead of a Mihawk, which is still scary. Like, don't get me wrong. He can start resting my Ezos, although that's not likely to have a lot of value out of it. Hi, Fuyuhiko. Thanks for pulling up. Basically every time, I believe. What's the Perona doing? I'll just give her a 1k. Probably Red Rock one of these Shanks this turn. And you're gonna go 8. I kind of want to let the Marco go. Like, that's a draw 3. The Marco would be a 4k. I do want to put in your pretty fat hand here. Try to get you out of long Beppos. And then I kind of just want a Red Rock as well. So I'll start by 6ing you. See if you take a 6, then I can just go huge with Newgate. Red Rock of Shanks, and then I can go 11 at Shanks. Or just 11 life. I think 11 life's just stronger. Actually just stronger. As you'd have to have a lot of counter to get out of it. But maybe I go out Shanks. Not this time, however. The fact that he can just, like, for one Dawn have the billion fold. Don't want to risk it. Whereas now he's, like, not checkmated, but he is in a hard spot. Since if he stuns my Newgate with Law Beppo. Yeah, if he stunned my Newgate with Law Beppo, he wouldn't get a leader buff either. You know, I didn't take a great look. I just saw Law Beppo, but I don't believe he actually had an event to save Shanks. So he would have had to give me 2 cards. Alright, Mihawk again. He did win the roll. This hand is, like, I guess good as far as going first goes. Marco is still not too relevant. Just jam 9. Deal my first damage. Guaranteed and all. Not factually guaranteed, but might as well be. Now I think I'm just taking this 8. What are you gonna do? Putting me? Yamato, draw my 2, 7 him. Round table's good in this matchup, like it. Stuns the Yamato. Very sad. Probably go for a Gurp, try to find Jozu. You gonna go big at me again? Yes, you are. Don't wanna drop too low in life. No Jozu, but I find Newgate. I'll accept that. Not gonna bluff a beam. See if he finds the shanks. He does have the shanks. Very sad for me. And it is different going first. Because going first, if I jam the combo, he can, like, answer back hard. Suppose this could be a time for round table. Give him, like, 2k. The next turn I could just go, like, round table Yamato. I think I'm gonna do that. Neg 1 to neg 1. And then I start 6ing him. Keep 2k checking him. Maybe I should go at the Perona, but it's like, going at the Perona just is feel bad, as, you know, you can always put another character if he does happen to go. Perhaps even a stronger character such as Tashigi. He does have Law Beppo, so it feels good that I did not Newgate. I will let him have one of them. Not two, however. This turn, perhaps I just jam a Newgate. Do I even need to jam event? Not really. The only thing jamming the event really does is enables me to go like 9-9, but I can just go for the Perona with 8. Alternatively, I do not hate Roger. Not hate playing Roger, although it can get stunned just as easily. And I want to draw cards off my leader effect. I'm gonna go for the Newgate. Straight up. See if you have any cards to play off Perona. He should just rest his law here. Now the body's a little bit of a punish, but like, you know, did what I had to. He does have second law Beppo as well. Very sad, very sad. I'll pitch Marco, I think. He's swinging with the Bonnie, kind of surprising to me. Guess I can go second Newgate, go for this Bonnie. Slowly try to chip down this Bonnie character. Oh, is he just like full saving it? What's the point of making your leader a 7k if you do that? Mihawk. Obviously just blocking 11. Now, I could try to go for game. I don't think I'm poorly equipped to go for game. With Roger. If I play Roger, he has to give me 2 cards for 6/6. And then, yeah, there's no way he's getting out of it. I, Like Mihawk Effect gets out of this. Another 2K gets out of this. But you have one card, and I have 12, 12, 13. I suppose if you're lucky, and your hand is 2K, 4K event, 4K event in life. Okay. That is a good game. Well, you know what? I should probably put a little ace record on the stream. What am I doing? Pulled up with a nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-0 today so far. I mean, hey, off this alone, my ace stats look good. But we will see how it looks after a few more games. Once we face the supervillain Boa. There we are. Everything went black for a second. On my end. Hope everyone's enjoying the gameplay today. If there's any decks that I have not played recently that you want to see, let me know. Roundtable put in a lot of work that game, though. I will admit, getting rid of the Shanks for Fordon. I could have played better around Spiderweb / Paradise Waterfall, but it's still got its value. Found my next game. Feels like whenever I find a game, my taskbar bugs out. This hand's not too bad. Double easel to start. Probably just play both them. I feel like Moria isn't too keen on swinging huge like that. I'll take an event just because I found 2 of them in here. No Marco, sadly. We'll take the Newgate. He does just play the Absalom, not punishing me. Unfortunately, I just didn't find a good character. I'm gonna 6 him. This is gonna be a very stupid, terrible play, but I kind of just want to put it here. Like, what am I doing otherwise? Very bad of a play, and I hate it, but here we are. He goes ahead and just does the hog back, and oh, sacking the Absalom. Instead of the... I would have sacked the hog back there. I don't know about you. Now I can just bounce his hog back. Do I go for a swing? I feel like going for a swing is a little too risky. I do not need to go for a swing. Especially if my leader's undawned. This is actually not a bad Ninebeard matchup, I feel like. His hand's big. Probably pitch the Roger. Roger's kind of mid. He's not too keen on the blockers regardless. He did leader effect. Gets the hog back. Downs the Jozu. Alright, now I was just thinking of going for the Newgate, but now I kind of want to bounce this. But bouncing it just lets him replay it, so I suppose that's not much of a good idea either. I guess the next question is, do I take life off the event? Which probably not still. Shouldn't need Cavendish at this point. He does get out of the 6. He's just like guaranteed to take 8, but I do need to put a little bit of pressure on him. And he does trigger, of course. He ignores the pudding. Stuns the Jozu once again. I do want to keep my Jozu around. I'll give it the block. Probably take the Moria hit. He didn't play bow on me, which I like. Like it an awful lot. Now, do you have any more hogbacks? You do not, so I guess I would get value for bouncing this. Kumasi could get back the Perona. Although I do not hate Ninebeard, just as a simple play. Suppose I start by trying to get the Moria with swings. If I play Jozu, that's 7 Dawn. Which means I can pretty confidently swing with this. He lets it go. Not too surprised there. Bounce the hog back. Search up a Marco. Although I don't know if I'll be playing the Marco yet. Searching with the event. He gets rid of a Boa. Love that. What's he gonna find off the hog back? Perhaps 6 drop? Just another search. Interesting. Finding, what was that, 2K Sentry, I believe? Sounds one of the Geckos. I will activate Izo here. I plan to play Ninebeard next turn. Funny enough, I don't hate just going Yamato, Marco. And perhaps a 5 with pudding as well. Yeah, I might just do that instead. Bottom here. Give you the 1K. I feel as though so long as I keep this Newgate up, I'm safe to, let him have a couple good swings. And then next turn when it matters, I'll go for the Ninebeard. Potentially. Not going to lock it on any plays yet. My Jozus keep getting stun locked. Alright, sort of committing to the 9-beard, getting rid of this Marco here. Udas are surprisingly nice in this matchup. Maybe surprisingly is the wrong word. I'll take the block. Plan to block the big hit with this. Draw my 3. 10-beard's also a potential good play. His board's getting quite full. He has 1 card in hand. Is it the Sentry? I'd have to go back in the search. If it was in paper, I definitely would remember. But, I believe it may be Sindri. Having a little bit of trouble finding it. Either way, I can pretend it's 2K. Go for 6 life. See if he gives me his last card. He does not. He will trigger out Perona, sending my Jozu, I take it? No. Do you not have Perona in here? You do not have Perona in there. So I see. Now my Newgate can fairly easily take this out if I choose to play a 10-drop. Having trouble not doing that, truthfully. Pitch one of these. Then I'll just poke life more. No triggers out of those two. Good for me. He does have a Boa finally. Although it's kind of late. Yes, he will activate the leader effect on Hogback. Do you have a Perona to get back? Yes, you do. You found one. Shouldn't need a third Blockbeard. And I can just go 1k, 1k, block. If he goes at a character on board, I'm pretty free to let it die, although he has no reason not to swing life. It's a free block regardless, so there's no reason for it to swing in the first place. Yep. Red Rock is another good choice. I can get rid of the Boa. Should I desire to, which I do not really. As I can probably just get lethal. He went ahead and revealed a brick to me. And he concedes there. Yeah, that felt pretty. Maybe free isn't the right word, but dominant. I do want to just face Boas though. Like, as much as while I'm in a good mindset, I want to practice against it before they tilt me out. Get the Moria again. He won the roll once again as well. This hand is kind of nothing. Like, it has my 4-drops, but I lost the roll. Still not terrible, however. I'll mulligan. Start with Otama. Shouldn't need too many Blockbeards. They might clog the hand. He gets some searches going. Finds the 6-drop Moria. Very scary. I don't think I swing here. Now that he has 3 other cards in the trash. He's not swinging here either. May just Cavendish and attach a Dawn. See if he has a Perona for me. No Perona yet. The yard. He did just pitch a Perona for leader ability. So he is planning on sacrificing Hogback. I take it. I'll give you Thatch. If I do not find something good off the Jozu, Marco is my only good play. Or off the Garp, which I do find the Jozu. Now, I kind of had this predicament before, but, am I supposed to Jozu this? Because I think Jozuing this is a little wrong. Despite everything I just said, perhaps I just play the Marco anyways. Like, clear this with an 8, and just play Marco. Suck up some damage. He finds a 2k, nothing incredibly scary. He can always sacrifice his Perona. The main reason I would go for Jozu is to bounce Perona so he can't sacrifice it and you'd have to play it out the hard way. Not gonna let that happen with such a weak swing. I'm thinking of taking this one. The block would be nice, but slam the gate. I feel as though if I go kind of low at this, he'll counter out with the 2k for sure. Then I get to go 9 with the Marco. See if he gives me like his whole hand. He does not give me the whole hand. But he does have the bow, sadly. Rough day to be this Cavendish, huh? The Moria's not gonna swing unless I block. But obviously not blocking. Now is the scary part of the game where I have to say I'm like at an okay board state, but how do I win? I can go 5, Jozu, bounce the per Otama, and then 7. I think that's probably my play. My only other play is Jozu, bounce Otama, and then I can play Garp. Try to find, I don't know, another Red Rock or something. I guess if I find Red Rock, I'm kind of happy. As they cannot boa me forever. I do find Red Rock. And I believe I will just be doing that. No trigger for him. Should I be bottom decking Moria, actually? The Uda's nice. Oh dear, he has a second Boa. That is the worst. I'm going to take the block on this one. See if I can bait out the Moria swing. And poor Cavendish, as always. I will draw my 3 cards. And look at these bricks I just got. Pretty impressive, huh? His life is pretty overwhelming. Alright. Let's see if I find anything off Gart, maybe? I think I can afford 1 Gart. Grab Uda. And then let's take 16 into this Gecko. Jam 7, he obviously will take this. He does hit a trigger, which is exactly what he wants. I will be giving him a leader effect early. He gives me 2k, or like he swings 7, demanding a 2k rather. Now I need to win this Boa. How I wish I had another beard right now. I would love for 14 to work on the Boa. But not guaranteed at all. Perhaps I just go 16 at Boa, which is not guaranteed, but effectively guaranteed. Then I get to go Yamato, Attachadon, and Garp, try to search for a Newgate. A lot of non-Newgates there. I don't think I can really afford another trigger right now. This game is going much longer than I anticipated. He finds 6 drop. This match has been a valuable learning experience, if nothing else. This poor Cavendish, man. And we will counter out. He does not go for the big Moria swing, which is a nice break. of reprieve for my end. Do I start pushing for game? I wonder. Maybe kind of hard. Perhaps I just have to commit to more board, as I can keep this up as a blocker this turn. He gets a brickbat. I'm not incredibly concerned with him triggering if I am an AK leader. But then the turn after, it will be a problem. He does trigger the Kumasi. Gets the Absalom right back out. Oh, I didn't realize he's actually not too high on throw the bark targets in there. I will go ahead and leader ability, get another brick out of my hand. If I block, he'll swing with this, forcing the block with Uda. Just not finding any of my new gates, huh? I have 2 left. Alright. I can go 7 at this Moria twice before committing to a large swing at this one. Sadly, have to be concerned with decking out, which is very shocking. Probably gonna do 12 here. Now, you know what? I'm gonna go, yeah, I'll do 12 there. I'm just gonna keep pushing. And then I will be able to get my Marco block, but then like decking out could become a concern. I just think I'm probably losing this match at this point. I will go ahead and leader effect. Draw my 3. And it is not very much counter power. Alright. That was just a poor representation. I did not realize how much I would need my new gates that match. Very sad. to match. Crocodile. I have Cavendish and Yamato and a Searcher. Seems pretty good to me. Carpet. Probably just the Uda. Don't have any 2Ks other than this. And I already have a Pudding in hand. I imagine I'll just be taking any swing that comes to me this turn. Especially an 8. Then I get to jam Cavendish, protect myself for next turn. If you took, I would lightly consider Pudding. See if you have the double finger. I think I'll give the 1K. Mr. Ford a double finger. Pretty busted. And you will have enough cards in trash, of course. Now I could just search with Ezo if I wanted. Or I can go double 7. Which, double 7's not extremely appealing to me. As I thought he was kind of likely to take that hit, which he did. I like Newgate. Don't need 3 I Am Whitebeard events, but it is still quite nice. Yep, he has the Mr. 1. Gets to rush into Cavendish. Yeah, probably have to let that go. Not gonna give a lot of cards just for that one weakling. And I shouldn't. Maybe I take the life with I Am Whitebeard. I want to say I shouldn't need to, but he is curving pretty impressive right now. Then the best I could do is double 8 at this. Yeah, I'll take the life, but I don't think it's amazing taking the life. I'm curious enough to try it though. He does let the double finger go. It's a event out of life. Another All Sunday. I guess it's better than Crocodile, but still scary nonetheless. Perhaps me up Mr. 1. See if you have the patchwork as well. I think I'll let the Yamato go. My leader's an 8K, so not as appealing to save it. And I'll give you Atmos. He does have the patchwork. I don't hate going for a round table here and then Jozuing one of these. But the second Newgate is also very nice. I just think the round table may just be a better move. Wish I had a Marco, however. And it does go. Glad to see it, glad to see it. And now I can bounce one of the Mr. Ones. Which will enable me to... Alright, he does have Croc. He will be crocking me. So I'm not out of the woods. Not at all yet. He's putting on mad swings. Probably don't need the Jozu as much right now. Although what do I need Izo for as well? Ah, another patchwork, I see. The back-to-back patches are hurting. If I had a Red Rock, I would be in a much better spot here. Or, Marco's. But I do not have them. I'm gonna go ahead and event the Whitebeard out. So I can get down the Uda. Marco's kind of arriving a moment late here. I kind of want to take this to life and just try to go for lethal next turn, huh? Is that a mistake? Can't live extremely much longer. He takes another trigger out of life. But he does mail out a patchwork. The only thing that's really felt hard about this game is he has been opening extremely cracked. Now I have to decide what swings are too big to take. I will be blocking. Not really afraid of another patchwork. And I have the Uda. Play the Uda, which justifies it. He is, what's the scariest thing? Like, board spam or another Croc? Probably just, spam. As I have two big blockers. However, he can also always go for a Mr. 4, get out Mr. 1 play. He doesn't actually have a Mr. 1 in the trash, ironically. And he nulled my Uda. Did not expect that. Feels wrong pitching Marco, as he is probably going to be a bit clutch next turn. Will be taking this 10, sadly. Oh, he's just full on going for it, huh? I'm quite surprised he went for it. I think he could have like tried living another turn with Croc. Go stun, stun. Sure, they're blockers, but and I kind of feel like me choosing to block with the 8 lies in existence of high counter, but maybe not. Maybe it does the opposite and it was bait. Every time, whenever I want to update my list, I just want to squeeze the third Red Rock in there. It's just so hard. Jinbei, Double Searcher, and Jozu. I just need to find a Marco and I'm set. Arlong's pretty busted, objectively. I did win my pre-release yesterday, and I have to say, not Arlong, but Chu was pretty impressive for me. Obviously not in a constructed setting, but I'm gonna greed and go double Ezo here. If he goes 8, I just counter. And there's the 8. Ah, Cavendish. Good draw. I guess if you go 8 again, I'll probably take. Maybe. But we'll see what Jinbei does. Haven't done a lot of this matchup. Ooh, you're bouncing it. He's bouncing me. Fortunately, Law cannot be given Dawn to. I think I'm taking this 9 despite the fact that I don't have a Dawn. No, I'm gonna counter. I refuse to be punished. Jozu, alright, he is out acing me, I guess. You can have my Cavendish. Tired of that guy. And I will be taking a 9. Blame the Law. Bounce the Jozu. Replay Ezo. New gate. I wonder how many Red Rocks Jinbei's on. If I was to randomly guess, I'd say somewhere between 3. Not sure how heavy of a commitment it is. Oh, you're putting me. You evil man. And just a hard 10, which I will take. Now, unfortunately for him, he did putting me into a Whitebeard combo. Shouldn't it need the Roger? Sharp to grab Uda. I do like Uda. And Thatch. Jozu's an option for the utility, but I just need a survivability as opposed to utility right now. Which, this hand's pretty survivable. Like, what's he gonna do? At worst, Red Rock my Newgate, attach a lot of Dawn. Bounce my Jozu, oh no. I'm just gonna give you Cavendish here. I guess it couldn't hurt to cycle one of these Ezos. Not a big deal if I lose out. Which I, of course, will be losing out. Again, don't think I need Roger, but the second I am Whitebeard is also not too helpful. You probably counter out of this. The Uda enables my Whitebeard to swing safely. Ah, he does have the Red Rock. My hand is actually not bad on counterpower. So I would like to keep some of my easels on board. He concedes. He deems it that he has no way of surviving next turn. Not that I can blame him. Let's see. I probably would have pondered going for the lethal swings with Newgate first. But I ultimately think I would have gone 9 life Marco Uda, which is still equally bad for him. If he went for a femur to deal that last damage, then I would have gone for the lethal. Mihawk, let me update the record. Aces as well, doing very nice for me today. Although not fighting many boas. I'll keep this for Cavendish, and I have the Otama, which is a helpful tool. Do I Otama or Garp here? I'll just Garp. And I want to attach my Dawn. As I feel like Mihawk, compared to some decks, is more inclined to just swing 8. Now why I swing 7? I'll just leader ability out. 6 and 7's the same number. Especially when you're playing Mihawk, a deck with a lot of counter events. You can just bluff the Dawn, even if you're not planning on using them. Seems to be a bit of a mistake to me. On the Cavendish. That checks out. And sadly, I do not have a Dawn this turn. I'll have to give him some cards. Now, obviously, my next turn is likely to be Jozu, so I want to keep him. Could just give Pudding Atmos. I'll give him Otama Atmos. Yamato is a interesting card. It almost makes me not want to play Jozu because it enables Dawn for leader ability. But I think I'll stay the course. He takes. Interesting. There's the Shanks. Scary. I would love to draw the event here. I feel like I have to keep the Newgate. Like pitch Yamato and Garp here. Maybe play Pudding. Maybe Pudding's a little too bold. Yeah, Pudding's probably a little too silly, isn't she? His hand's just so big. Haven't had many games like this. I'll just go with my initial instinct. Only the reason, like Garp, I just want to find any type of removal, be it Red Rock, Round Table. Yamato's another interesting draw. Could just full push him, like 7 with like attach a Dom, 7 Jozu. Hope he gives me 2 cards. And then I get to like 12 Shanks, but that's not that big. Oh no, I'll get to 13 Shanks. Which is a bit bigger. He takes. I am gonna pudding you, you greedy man. And then I'm gonna go 7/7. Probably too late for this event. If I swung Cavendish first, I could have done it. That was just sadly not the most realistic option for me. But I'll play aggro. I'm at 3 life, I can probably justify it. I can just hope he's on a lower event build. $11 to Jozu. I will have to let that go. Red Rock's nice. Law is not nice. Especially into Perona. Although, I kind of feel like I can validate my... Take this. Validate going for a Newgate. Even if I don't have any support with it. In the event that he has a long Beppo, I don't have any other rested characters, but Shanks will rest one, which will enable the Law Beppo to buff his leader. I do have Roger. Roger may destroy him. Maybe. Oh, no. I guess, he concedes. I don't think he was, like, completely out of it. He gets to go attack, I block. He Law Beppos it anyways. And he sells a blocker. I mean, that was a unique game versus Mihawk, I'd say. But we'll take that win. 9-1. I mean, hey, if this was a regional level, I'd be happy. My bounty has me put at number 6 right now. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Suppose I can even just stick to ace today, as I do have a practice for a case tournament. All right, got a match. Hope everyone's enjoying the gameplay. Feel free to drop a follow if you haven't. Live fairly consistently. Bonnie, I've not done Bonnie a lot. Sure. I'll cancel. Don't really want to fight some random Bonnie. So I guess we'll wait for another match to queue. There it is again. He just queued right back into me. Alright. I mean, I guess I win the roll this time. That was pretty weird of him. Guess he was probably just trying to not fight ace, perhaps. Yeah, no way I'm letting that through. Give him the Roger. Shouldn't be too helpful here. Maybe swinging's bad. Do think it's a little hard to win without swinging, of course. Okay, once again, that is just never... I think you're playing bad. I will give you the Garp. Now I can play Atmos this turn. I'm just like very confidently doing that. The Riddler Bark? Alright. I can get with it. Lilith Trigger. Not too scary. I'm fine with it. Find the Newgate for next turn. And then I can bounce. Going pretty well so far. His hand's big, but that's about all. Will you go any bigger? Yeah, I'll take this. Even if it lets you get your little cycle off. And do I need two Newgates? I'm thinking probably not, but okay, now I get to go 6, 7, 8. Or I could just 6 this Bonnie rather. Newgate combo. Do I pitch the Red Rock? I think I'll pitch Iso. Now I get to put on some nice pressure, and if he plays 9-drop Bonnie, I can just Red Rock it and still be ahead. The Kiku Nojo does hurt. I will not lie. Gecko Moria. A lot less scary than the Kiku or the Bonnie. He's going for the Atmos. I do not care about Atmos. You can have him. He is not worth a card in my hand. Give a 1k. Then I can just block. Guess I should have blocked first. Neither here nor there. I don't think I'm taking any damage this turn, am I? And like he doesn't have really anything relevant to trigger through the Burkwise. So I can just go 6 life. And then I can just go Red Rock, Marco, hold. Gives me 2 1Ks to enable the Thriller Bark trigger later. I'll go after a Kiku. I'll let you heal. I'm a nice guy. No Donald leader, but that's okay. Looking at the Kiku, I don't think it's like a terrible blunder or anything, but I can understand why it may not be the most appealing. Just give a 1 here. If you go big at me, Marco can block. Second Moria. Another Thriller Bark trigger, of course. 9 at me. I will give you the Marco. Interesting. I can go Jozu, bounce the Kiku, and then play another Marco. Alternatively, I could go for the Kiku now, and then if I hit your Thriller Bark trigger, I can bounce that. That's probably a bit better. And if you don't trigger this life, then I can just bounce both my guys. No Dawn again, but that's fine in this board state. I do regret getting rid of that one Nuge earlier. It was just a lot better in the moment. So now I have to forcibly play this mid-game longer. I mean, mid-game characters. It's obviously late-game board-wise, or like Dawn-wise. Okay, you're going big. Let's just protect myself, I suppose. Keeping the Moria active so I don't go huge at you. I think I may Jozu my Jozu here. Like, your the bark triggers are scary and all, but you have another hogback? You do not. What do you have? Oh, nothing actually. I mean, Sindri, but nothing too relevant. So I can go 7 with Marco. And now I can go another 7 with Marco, or a 7th leader. And I will hit this Sindri. Bounce my Jozu pretty mid, but my board state's winning. I'm fine. Bouncing a Jozu. And he still has not many, at least, relevant Thriller Bark cards in here. The best one's still the Sindri. However, these swings he's presenting here are a bit scary. He's gonna go 10s at me. Maybe I left myself in a position to lose. No reason to hesitate now. Oh, you're going for the Marco. Thank you. Oh my goodness. What are you doing? Thank you for the throw. He has no Throw the Bark cards that I care about, so I can just play the Newgate fairly safely. I think I just have to kind of ignore this, sadly, and just play to win in a turn or two. Now, if I do one more swing with this Newgate, will I die? I will if you have like a rest effect like Blaze Slice. But I think I'll hold. As there's still potential to live another. Yep, you do have the Blaze Slice. Let's see if you have Otama as well. Okay. Do I pitch the Roger or the Marco? I feel like should I live this turn? I can probably live 2 turns. As I will still have my Marco on board, so I'll give you Roger. And still need to get through a life, which is hard for you. Like, at the moment, unless you play Otama, I can get out of anything. I don't really think I can be punished if I take this. And it lets me see the counter. No, I'll block, I'll block. The biggest punish, maybe, is if you go big at a Newgate, but I don't think that's irrelevant. And I did make sure to count that I was able to get out of this. Which means I should win. If I didn't think I was able to get out of it, I would have swung different. Or done different play. Either way, should be lethal. Yep. Full Sindri trigger. Yep. Very dominant ace gameplay today. Love it. Although 11 matches deep and I still have yet to find a boa. That seems kind of shocking to me. Red green Luffy. I think this is a fine hand. I need to find some cards, but there's one of the cards I want. He finds his 4-drop Zoro. Only targets the event, not the most relevant target. Probably deal a damage here. Or, like, certainly deal a damage here. And you can have the event. Do not want it. Yamato, go 7. Maybe it hits again. It does. Perhaps I play this matchup too aggressively, as he is going to live for a very, very long time. Shouldn't really need Cavendish. Like, it's nice last turn, maybe. I can take an early hit. Then I can Jozu. Wonder if he will take this. But then his hand's going to be pretty big if I potentially putting him. We'll be given another 6. Alright, glad to have the counter happen there. Jozu clears the Sanji, of course. Garp to Shigi. Yourself a removal protection. Another search. I don't know what you're really looking for right here. Maybe the double attack Luffy. Take the Usopp, this new one that restands 2 Dawn. I don't think it's that impressive, honestly. And he does find this Luffy. Perhaps playing the Usopp or just getting Dawn. I'll pitch Iso. Garp can still find Bedrock, which will be relevant should he do something scary soon that I do not want to mention by name. Marco's nice, but my next 2 turns are just going to be kind of set. Now, I'm going to leave the option to swing with Yamato, but I think I'm just going to go 8-9. Alright, there's the Red Rock that I want. Maybe he goes Charleston here. He does. And you pitch this Luffy. So now it's like, I could still choose to go 10 here. If he gives me all 3 Dawn, I can go 6. I think I'll choose to do that. He just gives me the law. Thank you. And thank you for wasting a card off Charleston. Like, Charleston is, you know, objectively quite cool in the deck, but it just feels so mid when I see my opponents like pitch a card for no reason. I'm like literally just thinking thank you every time. Yeah, this is the choice. Do I can just give it 2k actually. I don't have to make a insane choice right here. Although perhaps I should have blocked that. I'll block this. If he did something scary like 9-cost Zoro, then obviously the Red Rock's important. But otherwise I can just jam the Roger. Two Red Rocks are a little less important. Start with 7 life. Whether I choose to pivot to a Red Rock play, 7 life is still good. And perhaps I just Roger at this Luffy. Maybe take 6 life. Which he should just give me a Dawn. He does. And I am going to jam the Roger into Luffy here. Alright, I have another huge body to swing with. I think I can just pass my turn here, keep my Newgate up, as I don't have any Dawn on my leader. So defense is the priority. Second Luffy. This one I may Red Rock, given how my board's already nice. Probably use leader effect for this one. I wouldn't mind my Yamato going away. I just am not gonna let it happen for free. He can earn it. You can absolutely have the Yamato. I'll block with Nugate on your Usopp swing. Ah, you're playing Nami to get your Dawn back. I mean, free Easel Cycle, I suppose. Do I prefer the Newgate or bottom decking that Luffy? Because the Newgate kind of loses to DMG, truthfully. I also could have just blocked, I suppose. But no, this I block. Unless I'm tweaking and I miss something. Which is quite likely. Alright. So now I have the option of bottom decking the Luffy or becoming an AK leader. If I do play the Newgate, I can always pop this with its effect, which I appreciate. I can start with a 7 life. You just choose to give me some Dawn. 13 Sanji. Maybe you give me the block here. You do. Which kind of turns me off of the idea of what I was initially planning. I can just go for Usopp this turn. He protects it. Very interesting. Now, I think I'm just going to Red Rock this Luffy, go with the Sanji. And I feel like my hand is like 4k right now. It's impossible for him to go for lethal, although he could deal a damage or two. He goes 6. Do I give him the Uda or the Newgate? Oh, he's going for the Roger here. Alright, you can have that. Nice round table. Definitely have to give you the 1k though. Definitely gonna keep the Newgate now that he cleared one of my biggins. Want to keep my Jozu. Next turn I'll simply go 9 here. If I go 12 here, he could go 15 and guarantee it. Which I don't love. But then that would leave him slightly vulnerable, so I suppose I'll take it. A very long-winded game versus the Luffy. He actually gave me a card from hand, which I think is honestly better for me. There we go, that's what I needed, the Yamatos. That'll push me ahead in this match. And I am just not going to be taking these weak swings. Perhaps Izo as well. Find a Marco. Yep. Get to go double 7 at you. You can only realistically counter out of one of them. If I was like truly in a bind, I'm sure I could find lethal on this turn. Or like a good attempt at it. However, that will not be necessary. And next turn I should just win. Especially because he's giving me all these cards. Or playing them down if nothing else. You can have my round table. Maybe it's a little BM-y, but I'm just gonna block that. Go for 7 life. Because I can still Jozu and live much longer. Through my Jozu. If you give me Charleston here, then I can bounce and live. If you don't, 15 should be guaranteed. 15 might be guaranteed regardless. But Kid Killer can restand 1, so maybe he's baiting me actually. Yeah, I'm not falling for that. Give me the Kid Killer. Another Izo, find another Jozu. Now for real, next turn I win. I'm going to go ahead and pre-update the record. Yep, he concedes. And man, I am still pull up the leaderboard real quick. 34 million. Puts me 4th on the board. One of the few players above that 3,000 mil. Maybe I call it here. Make it a quick one. Usually I pump out some huge ones, but you know, small little 2-hour one never hurts. Especially because I'm out of my usual time slot. People aren't expecting me today. If there's any new people here, feel free to drop a follow. I'll be live Thursday morning, if at the very latest. Maybe there's a small chance of earlier. And perhaps next time on that Thursday, if I can lock in and get myself cleaned up, I can get my cam. Try out something new with that. More personality. But I'm gonna find someone to raid. One last time, thank you again for watching. I'm gonna send you guys over. Peace out.
Yo, Aaron. Sorry, Aaron. What up, dude?